All right, time to go for a little bit of a walk, jog through some paths and hilly sort of country around here. See that pathway over there, wooden pathway. Well, I start running down that. You can't really see that there's actually a hill there. That the hill goes up again completely, and as a matter of fact, probably gets to about 50 or 60 feet off of the water, which would be a 5 or 6 story building. Okay, 3:40, that gives me a good sort of time to get started, and let's get ourselves moving. Here we go, so now you can sort of see what we're gonna go into, and away we go. But now I've got to spend a little more time paying attention to what I'm doing because there's rocks all over the place, and kind of interesting. We had a few people over the other day, and you know, one of the guys was 75, and he was sort of saying things that he can't do because he's 75, and I'm looking at him and I don't know what he thinks I am because I'm also 75. And I said, well, really, one of the things you got to do is stop thinking that way, as per the sake that, you know, if you think 75 is old, you're going to be old. And otherwise, if you want to think that you're not old at 75, then don't be. Anyway, so still climbing. Not much of a hill, but enough to make me puff. Anyway, now we go, but you can see all the rocks that I've got here. So you gotta pay attention as to what you're doing. Ooh, downhill is, you know, supposedly easier because you're going downhill, but I remember Nancy Green. She was a Canadian top Olympic skier, world-class downhill and snow skier, and one of the things she did for practice was running downhill. I'm just sort of barely stumbling downhill right now, and it's hard work. So I think downhill is probably just about as hard, if not harder, than uphill. Okay, that's the end of this trail. Now we go back. So then we turn around and away we go back up. So this is basically just, we don't have very much property here really, so I'm following the dogs all of a sudden. So I'm climbing again back to the part that was downhill a few seconds ago. Anyway, but again, back to the people that were here last night. You know, it's a mindset. You gotta force yourself to do this, and I must admit, I spent a lot of the day thinking about it today, and finally I figured I got my shoes on because I was cutting some bush, and since I have them on anyway, might as well see about getting some exercise. Stop peeing there, you goofy dog. Anyway, all right, so that's downhill again. As you can see, hard to tell if I'm up or downhill, I guess, in the video, but I'm certainly starting to puff. And that's only the first little part. Now, heading up again, and you see, I got a nice view here, but that's not the point. The idea is to get some exercise, which is what I'm doing. So, anyway, what I do is I get through this trail. This will be coming up to just once, and I don't know how long that took. I can tell by looking at how long this video is so far. Anyway, okay, so that's where I've got to go to, which is the end of the, ouch. And that'll be one round. I'm gonna turn off the camera at this point. And before I do, I'm gonna time myself to see how I did. And there, we're back at the beginning. And man, that was 4.5 minutes. Holy smokes. So anyway, do 5 of those, and that's, you know, about 25 minutes. All right, that's 5. After the first one that I videoed, I actually took about a half an hour off. The last 5 I just did full out. And I'm, as you can see, sweating a little bit. I only had one small fall. I stubbed my toe on the last round. Fell forward, but didn't hurt anything, just bounced back up, which was kind of nice. Anyway, not a bad place to be getting some exercise. And by the way, when you get to this stage in life, guys, you got to keep forcing yourself to do it, because it ain't going to happen on its own. And otherwise, you know, you're going to go downhill quick. When you hit 70, if you don't work on it, it's going to work on you. Thanks for watching. And by the way, see if I can get this in. Gut fix yourself.